Soybean Association is here in Kubwa ITA environment in Abuja with the intention of upgrading the commitment of our stakeholders in soybean production for increased production that will enable Nigeria to be self-sufficient in food crops, sponsored by the American Soybean Association and also with the Premier Agribusiness as the coordinator. This one has been facilitated. This is the fourth section. Other three sections are being carried out in Ibadan, Oyo State, in IITA, but we actually requested that it could be moved up north, and that's why we are here. So the training is on and it's facilitating, and the people are really committed to acquiring more knowledge into soybean production.
Yes, in fact, I cannot explain the amount of knowledge I have been filled up with. I've made up my mind when I was taking my flight to come down here to unlearn what I thought I know in order to learn new things. And I can tell you I have no regrets. Every hour, every second that I spent here is filled up with information that I've never had, I've never known before.
So far, I am very much interested and also encouraged in soybeans production. The contents of the course is very, very educating, encouraging, and motivating. I really got a new field, even though I'm not an agriculturalist, but with my participation in this course, I really appreciate the topics being taught. It is giving me more ground in soya production because it is exposing me in handling it with education, not just blindly.
It's been very impactful because for me it's like coming from ground zero. I've not really been a practitioner, I've been a financier, midwifing, access to finance for the soybeans farmer. But however, I felt that that's the crop for the future and something that could also benefit me as a person. And that's why I've shown interest into it. So everything I've learned here has been very, very useful for me.
Yeah, actually the training came handy because this year in Niger State we are handling a program of about 2,000 hectares soybeans, trying to bring farmers together to produce 2,000 hectares under the Anchor Borrowers program. So the training is really, really handy for us. We'll be able to learn the best practices in terms of for soybean production. And there was one area that we wanted to neglect because of the large volume of production we wanted to do. That's the area of inoculation. We thought the application of NPK will actually make up for the nitrogen we require, but we've been able to see the great importance attached to inoculation, and we're going back to work on that quickly.
Whoa, it's been so excellent, especially having a bachelor degree in agriculture. I felt like I'm not going to have enough information to be learned. But from the training, we've learned a lot. Technology has gone past what we've been doing, and the things that we've been taught are worthwhile and useful in the field.
I'm here for this program, the SEC program, to acquire knowledge. But to my greatest surprise, is beyond acquiring knowledge. It's also making you more civilized, knowing what you are doing, training you to make more money apart from just being a farmer. Being a farmer is not sufficient, but being a business person in the agric sector, I think is the best.
C'est fantastique. Il n'y a pas de problème de à l'école, de classe. C'est beaucoup le professeur aujourd'hui et hier.
We have learned what we didn't know before. Now, as we train now, if we back to our state, our farmer, we benefit a lot from the training we have received in the IITA and here in Abuja. Sincerely speaking, all the consultants, they did all what they're supposed. They give us the training materials and everything. And they train us well. The consultants, they do all what they're supposed to do to us, and we appreciate all their effort, and we are very, very happy.
Well, I can say that it was a wonderful day today. I really enjoyed the training very much. And as a resource person, I gave a presentation on very interesting topics on the importance of soybean for Africa, for Nigeria, and also tried to give them the global perspective about soybean production and marketing, and about soybean value chain, the challenge, the constraints, and the future trends of soybean production, and the existing situation, about all the situations of the soybean demand, the growing soybean demand and production status. So we have dealt with all the general overview about the importance of soybean and production and productivity in Africa as well as in Nigeria and even globally. Today the participants were very interactive, very vibrant. They were asking questions. They were also even suggesting some very interesting ideas. They were very interactive. It was a very interactive training program we had today.
Yes, the most important lesson I have learned for this training, they are uncountable, but I can mention the few. Number one, technicality of planting the seeds in the farm. There is need for calculation of the seed rate you are planting to get the correct improved seed that can be done in a very good locations.
Okay, yeah, one of the biggest is I am just piloting myself into the crop production because I've been in poultry and fishery, and I have not too big a land and I'm using, and initially I've made up my mind to do mixed cropping between maize and soybeans. Already I have maize on my land, and I've used the correct chemicals that's supposed to be used for maize farming. But I just got to understand today, when we are being tutored on chemical usage of soybeans, that what I use for my maize will definitely going to hinder my soybeans production. So that is a very big lesson, because I have prepared my mind to harvest my maize and plant soybeans the same year, not knowing that the residual effect of the pre-emergence I use in maize, specifically atrazine, is going to have an effect on my soybeans. I will have wasted my investment for this year. So that insight alone that I've gotten is just life-saving. Thank you.
Not even one thing. They are tremendous. So many things that I have never known about soya beans production before, like the extraction of oil from soya bean, though I know of a soy milk. And also we were told by this resource person from University of Georgia, Wayne Pratt. He told us about omega-3 and so many vitamins that can be derived from soya beans.
Actually, when I come to this training, I realized that all what I've been doing as a farmer, I'm just beating around the bush, because I was misleading by so many training and workshops. What our normal practice before I come to this training, We are taught to use 25 centimeter by 75. That is the planting spacing. But when I come to this training, I realized that it's wrong. You can use 5 centimeter within the row and 50 centimeter between the rows, which is very good practice, because when you calculate the seed, it's just like you are wasting your time. Because with this lecture, with a small portion of land, you can produce more soybeans, more than what you did before. And it is also in this training I realized that it is very good to harrow, to plow and harrow before you plant soybeans, because it will allow the roots to go inside. And before this lecture, I don't even know that there is a selective for soybeans. But now I get the idea that the selective for soybeans is very, very effective. And it's good to use integrated system of control your weed. Otherwise, before we do it, we run it manually, which is wrong. And it's also in this lecture, I realized that fertilizer is very, very important in soybeans production. Before we used to thought that soybean is already a nitrogen-fixing crop, it doesn't need any fertilizer. But with this lecture, I'm now understanding that when you put more fertilizer on soybeans, you get more yield at the end of your harvest. Thank you so much.
You see, I need to go and practicalize what I've gained here at my jurisdiction at home. Most especially to extend what I've gained here to all my farmers, because I am the state chairman under this Nigeria Soybean Association, of which I come here to represent my people. Then when I go back to my people, I have to share whatever I gain here for them, so that to make sure that, you know, I engineer them so that to can be quickened in this agriculture section.
Well, the key thing is that I've learned. Now I've learned that there are certain precautions to be taken before you even say you are planting a seed of soya. Land preparation, soil test, even the fertilizer you want to use, you have to test it. Then the germination viability of the seed. These are new things. I've planted soybeans before, but I believe with the knowledge I have acquired here, I'm going to be able to avoid a lot of losses, both on field and even post-harvest losses like we had the other time. So now I've been better equipped to be a better producer of soybeans.
It's just about the soil. There's one, the first day lecture, the application of fertilizers. You know, we have different types of fertilizers. And in that lecture, I was learned that most of the fertilizers using now, they are fixed. But in this lecture, it's now opened my eyes to know the right one to use at the right time.
I'm very happy with this program that it meets my vision and my target. It totally meets my vision and target, because I'm totally looking for some years back, I'm looking for a way out to increase and to develop soya beans in my area, because it's lovely a commodity, because I know that the soya beans have a lot of value chain. Most especially this program, it meets my need in the area of the organic, because my company aim to produce organic soya bean seed. My company aim to invest on the organic soya beans feed meal.
The training has been very good and the participants have been very responsive. So at least they enjoy the concept of soil fertility as I've explained it to them, and we highlighted the importance of soil testing and how it needs to be done, as well as fertilizers and why they need to apply fertilizers, how to apply it, and when to apply it. So all these things have been explained to them. And this participant, this current participant, he seems to be very responsive and seems to have some good background knowledge of the production. Of course, attesting to the fact that these are actually farmers and they are on the field. So the knowledge they have gained in this training, I believe that it's going to help them in improving their production in general and in soybean production particularly. Thank you.
One of the I actually learned many things. One is the fact that I can do soya beans during the dry season. Yeah, I really want to know more, but I've been given a kind of orientation on how to go about that. So this is one of the very good takeaway. And of course, knowing my plant population, this is a very good one, because I've been trying to know how to do the calculation, to know the plant population with regards to inter and intra-row spacing of the crop.
There are quite a thing I learned from this program. One of the major problems the farmer has is fertilizer application. Soil and land management. They are the basis and the root of agricultural development. You hear what they are saying? There's a lot of fake fertilizer in town, and they're taking people's money with no returns. Somebody will buy 5 bags of fertilizer, the other man will say use this one will use this. All the farmer wants is to increase yield. Because of the ignorance, differentiating the relationship between soil and fertilizer and the plant. This course has been able to improve and create awareness, fertilizer application, fertilizer utilization, and how to improve the soil suitability.
It's not even one thing. I've learned a lot. What I don't even know, what I don't even expect, I've learned a lot. So I really thank them for enlightening us and to even allow getting more to the root of the soybean. So they've done great.
Yeah, don't take anything for granted, and don't ever stop learning. Because, like I said earlier, I'm a professional. I finished from agricultural economics. I'm a graduate in agricultural economics. I know that I've actually realized that you shouldn't stop learning. You should keep updating yourself. There are some things that I couldn't get in school, but I think I've come to understand some things right now. So
I believe I had no reason to remove a point out of 100. What I've seen here is wonderful, excellent. I cannot say anything but excellent in everything that was done in this program. I am motivated and will be glad to participate in future programs.
Okay, 0 to 100. Oh, you don't do 100, 100. But I would just say 95 is a good score. Just because we don't just do 100. There is always need for improvement, but it's excellence.
0 to 100, I say to me, satisfaction is 89 to 90%.
You know, I'm not going to give it a perfect score. So I'll just say 89. I'll just 89. Because nothing is perfect, so I'll just say 90%.
I've already started referring people to this program. We are just waiting for announcement on the next program. And myself, I hope I will be invited to participate in the program.
So I would recommend it to anybody I come across, even in the street, even in the market.
So back home, I will also tell many to come and partake in this training.
Very, very sure. By the time I go back home, I will make sure that I command these courses to my fellow farmers for them to benefit too. I'm assure you maybe by the next class, my wife will also be in this class because she's also a soybeans farmer and processor of soya milk. Thank you so much.
this is a very good effort. What if at all it is going to be continued like that, I'm sure in no time the improvement and the development of soybeans production in Nigeria will reach to the higher peaks in a shorter period of time. Thank you very much.